Yo, this is Ty, the official TAI. Welcome back to my channel. Today, in lieu of being purposeful, because that's what we do, right? That's what we do. Here's your stimulus packages update, as well as what's going on in the world as far as inflation and all that good stuff. Yes, that is related to stimulus and the pandemic, believe it or not. With that being said, President Biden, y'all, is pretty much washing his hands with the whole inflation thing. He is pretty much saying that we are in too deep. Like survival of the fittest. President Biden and his multiple political headaches. I swear. At this point, he's saying there's nothing else that he can do and there's nothing else that he's going to do. He's going to leave it all up to the Federal Reserve to handle the inflation because that's their job. Unlike what he's saying that Trump did a couple years ago. With that being said, President Biden and his multiple political headaches, y'all. A lot of people do warn him, and I will say that. However, he's the president, so it is what it is at this point, y'all. And with that being said, President Biden is now allowing the Federal Reserve to do their job. The Federal Reserve is actually who is in charge of inflation, adding interest, things like that. Unlike the previous presidential seat warmer, he actually is willing to give the Federal Reserve a chance to do their own job. I don't know if he did that before and that's why we're in this situation now, or if he did it and that's why we're in this situation now. Comment below. You tell me what's really going on. With that being said, like I said, President Biden is planning to allow the Federal Reserve to do their job to get the United States out of inflation. With that being said, he's allowing them to do monetary policies. Whatever it is by the books that they're supposed to do, he's going to say, here, this is your job. Y'all go ahead and do it. Because I really don't know at this point, y'all. That's what I'm getting out of him. Also, the President Biden administration is looking to cancel $10K in student loans. Find out what the restrictions are and who is actually trying to go against it. Is the color red? I'm just saying, I got on blue. Also, child tax credit extension. Memorial Weekend was supposed to have been the deadline for the child tax credit extension so we could start getting it in July, right? Well, y'all, it didn't happen, obviously, because we would have known about it or I would have told you. With that being said, it is now being postponed until August of 2021 on whether or not they're going to make a decision. However, there's two payment options. Stay tuned to find out what those two payment options may well be for the child tax credit. One's a lump sum. I'll put that out there. And also, I want you to find out what state is having a gas tax holiday that started June 1st until the end of the year. Stay tuned for that, as well as one more state that's also considering doing the same. And with all that being said about inflation, SNAP benefits may well be increased again in addition to the 25% that it already did last October. It may well do the same thing around the same time of the year. With this inflation and the market aisles being practically empty, there's a scarce on food, quality food, healthy food, all that good stuff. What I'm saying is, hold on to the funds if you can. Start cooking at home, y'all, because some things is getting ready to go backwards for us. I'm just saying. Message. And here's your details on the Biden administration looking to cancel the $10,000 in student loan debt. Okay, first of all, the income threshold is $150,000 for single and head of household people. Okay, first let's talk about what the income threshold is for those that are going to receive $10,000 off of their student loan debt. Yes, off. First of all, you have to have made at least $150,000 or less if you're head of household or single, or up to $300,000 if you're married. With that being said, 13 million Americans will be completely out of debt. Completely out of debt by just forgiving just a simple $10,000. Personally, I'm pushing $100,000 for my degrees. However, comment below, is that really going to affect you, or is it really going to just put a little dent in it, or you're not going to see the difference? Comment below. Let me know what the $10,000 really will do to us Americans. The red team, the Republicans, they are actually saying that it's unfair. It's unfair to those that actually did already pay off their student loan. My thing is, how many other Americans are in debt because they do owe student loans and never even graduated? Remember, this was programmed into a lot of people's heads while they were in middle school and high school to go to college to get that extra income to excel to that next level. Well, that dream didn't happen for everybody. With that being said, their student loans, they still accumulated student loans and interest on top of that, whether or not they graduated, whether or not they're even in their field. I mean, come on, y'all. This was actually put and drilled in our heads to get ahead in life. Usually you have to have a college degree. Now everybody's going to go get a college degree, and now we got all these bogus student loan payments and interest to pay back. Comment below, tell me how you really feel, because I ain't going to get into too much detail. Also, the Republicans are saying that this isn't fair simply because there is going to be an income guideline with this, income restrictions. So basically, a person that is making over $150,000 will not be able to, single or household, will not be able to be relieved of that $10,000. More than likely, they look at it as you can afford it. That's why. But the Republicans, are still going to find something to fight with the Republicans, to fight with the Democrats about. So with that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and move on. This is in addition to the $5.8 billion that was already canceled for for-profit colleges. That means it's people that went to different private colleges and they kept making them take out different student loans, interest is getting accrued and things like that. Well, during the pandemic, since they wasn't a real school, unfortunately, they flopped during the pandemic. With that being said, the degrees mean nothing. Who do they make the student loans to? They still owe all this money. So President Biden went ahead and depleted $5.8 billion to those that owe student loan debt, which is all good. We now have to wait until August, y'all, of this year to find out whether or not they're going to extend the advanced child tax credit. If so, there's two payments that's proposed right now. One, $350 if your child is under 6. And the other one is $250 if your child is in between 6 and 17. That's payment option number one. The other payment option is the second payment option is up to $6,000 or whatever it equates to for the $250 and $350 at one bulk time. Comment below, what would you prefer? Or would you just prefer to opt out completely and wait till tax time next year so you get that extra couple dollars? I tried to say that last year, not too many people listened, and then they didn't get as much of a return as they were expecting at tax time this year. All right, y'all, that's not my business. I just want to put that out there. Okay, again, there is nothing we can do, according to President Biden, with the inflation and all this kind of crap going on. According to him, it's the Federal Reserve job to fix it. And everything else that he, kind of just delegates. But that's just my opinion. Comment below. But this whole survival of the fittest mentality, this is affecting even renters at this point. Did y'all know there's a bidding war to rent, not to buy, but to rent? People are actually outbidding each other to secure a place to live. This is ridiculous at this point, y'all. So if somebody wants an apartment for $1,000 a month and somebody that got a couple dollars can actually pay you $12,000 in advance or a one-time payment to secure them for the year, they're going to take that person. Another outbid would be somebody offering more monthly than what the asking price is for rent. This isn't for nobody that bought a house, y'all. This is for rent. And unfortunately, the owners of these properties are actually taking advantage of this, and it, pretty much survival of the fittest. So I guess that's another part that Biden has nothing to do with, but the Federal Reserve does. And we got to pay for this inflation irregardless because people need to secure a place to live. I'm just saying that also has infected inflation. Comment below. How has inflation affected you, y'all? Other than gas, which is like, what, $5 and some change in one spot and then up to $7 and some change in Cali? This is ridiculous, y'all. We all fitting to start walking. I'm just saying, or learn how to ride a bike. Okay, y'all, in New York State is the state to begin a gas tax holiday starting June 1st until the end of 2022. Take advantage of that, y'all. Google it, look it up. I don't know exactly the details of it, but I do know that it is a gas tax holiday for the next 6-7 months, y'all. So hoorah to that. Pennsylvania is actually also proposing the same thing. They're proposing a possible suspension in gas tax. We don't know when or where are the details. I just wanted to put that out there, y'all, that they are talking about it. Something else they got going on in the state of Pennsylvania, y'all, is Governor Wolf. Yes, your Governor Wolf is urging legislators right now to go ahead and give everybody $2,000 payments, a $2,000 state stimulus check for Pennsylvanians. Yes, it has not yet been approved. However, Governor Wolf, granted, midterm elections is coming up too, y'all. So a lot of people are saying and talking a whole bunch of stuff. But this has been going on for some time now. So this may well go through. Remember those funds from ERAP, the rental assistance and stuff like that? All those funds were not used, were not exhausted. With that being said, by the end of the year, most states are going to have to return all that money back to the federal government. With that being said, they might as well go ahead and spend it within the state, right? With that being said, if approved, the Pennsylvania households earning less than $80K a year. $80,000 for single household. And our wonderful word of SNAP, y'all. 40 million Americans receive SNAP. 40 million people, y'all. And with everything going on right now with inflation and the lack thereof food on the shelves, obviously, the food stamps that they're giving out now, the SNAP benefits that they're giving out now is not enough. So they're already talking about increasing everything. It won't be until about October, but this will be in addition to that 25% increase that they already did last October of 2021. So stay tuned for that, y'all. And for your May emergency SNAP allotments, there's only a few states that have yet to have paid you out. But again, remember, most states pay a month later. With that being said, we have about 8 states left, I believe. California, June 11th and the 18th. Hawaii, June 13th. Kansas, June 15th through the 24th. Massachusetts was June 3rd, Minnesota June 8th through the 30th, New Hampshire May 3rd, New Hampshire June 3rd and the 17th, Vermont June 14th, and lastly West Virginia on the final run of June 15th. Okay, and moving forward to June, emergency SNAP allotments for 2022. Again, emergency SNAP allotments, the maximum benefits. This is on top of what you're already getting in food stamps, okay? About $95 per person, I believe, something like that. Don't quote me. But this is only because of the pandemic, if you want to know what this is versus regular SNAP. Okay, emergency SNAP allotments is the extra because of the pandemic and the prices and inflation. Remember, that's probably going to go up too eventually. With that being said, we have Alabama, Alaska, Colorado, Washington, D.C., Georgia, Guam, Hawaii, Kansas, Maine, Maryland, New Hampshire, New Jersey, North Carolina, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Virginia, Washington State, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. And those dates do you ask? Alabama, July 1st, Alaska, May 3rd through the 31st, Colorado, no dates have been given yet. Washington, D.C., regular issuing dates. State of Georgia, no dates have been given yet. Guam, no dates have been given yet. Hawaii, June 11th through the 13th. Kansas, June 15th through the 24th. Maine, June 10th. Maryland, June 1st through the 30th, so pretty much all month long. New Hampshire, June 3rd, 17th, and the catch-ups will be July 3rd and the 15th. The state of New Jersey, June 1st through the 5th. North Carolina, June 26th through July 1st. Oregon, June 10th, 29th, and July 1st for the catch-up as well. Pennsylvania, June 16th through the 30th, and catch-up on August 5th. Rhode Island, June 3rd. South Carolina, June 1st through the 19th. Virginia, June 16th. Washington State, June 2nd through the 20th. West Virginia, June 7th, and June 7th and July 13th. And lastly, Wisconsin on June the 11th with the catch-up date being August 13th. With all that being said, did you like, comment, and subscribe, and share? With all that being said, did you holler at your girl? Let me know that you made it to the end of this video. Later.